Howdy, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana Chu here at Slow Gaze. I am serving up a very timely video since the Sephora VIB sale is coming up right around the end of October. I wanted to put this up. This of course could apply to any sale that you're looking forward to that comes around annually, semi-annually. It's a big event, but I'm gonna use the Sephora VIB sale as the prime example. I'm a beauty lover, but I tend to overspend, have my perfect shopping cart ready. So I have 5 really foolproof tips for removing that sale brain, from removing the panic buy. It'll help if you have a pen and notebook. I do have a little exercise for you to do. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe. It really helps my little channel grow. I am also on coffee.com, so if you want to buy me a coffee to help support the content that I'm making, I would really appreciate it. My channel is all about slowing down, taking stock of what we have, turning the gaze inwards, and enjoying the moment. And with that, let's dive in. First tip. Master intentionality. I know that the word intention and mindfulness has been thrown around quite a bit. It can be kind of hard to suss out why I do one thing with intention compared to something else with less intention. We all do things motivated by our wants and needs, so what makes one thing more intentional than the other? Yes, it is great to have an overarching goal, but sometimes a goal can be kind of out of reach. It's either too far away in time or it's just hard to reach literally. There are too many steps in between to make that an actuality. So to flip the script a little bit, let's just take a look at, I guess, my intentions, me as the average beauty shopper, and the intentions of Sephora, let's say, or any big box store that has a corporate presence, a mainstream presence, and is the one who's giving you the goods, the sale. They have a very strong intention of having you obviously buy as much as possible, buy as many items as possible, spend as many dollars at their retail store as possible, and spend as much time on their website as possible. Have you ever noticed that whenever you take something out of your cart at Sephora, it'll automatically refresh the page and everything in your cart will actually have rejigged itself and kind of shuffled around like a deck of cards? This is very intentional. It's supposed to add to the bamboozling effect, the mirage, that you feel like, wow, this is all new, this is a special, the assortment is fresh, like a breath of freshness every time they do that. It's just a small trick to keep you kind of guessing and having to spend a little bit more time in your cart. And after a while, your decision fatigue will kick in and you'll basically say, I can't sort it out anymore. Let's just check out. I know I've wanted all of these things. So again, the intention of Sephora is to seduce you. It has pretty colors, everything's in colorful packaging, things are in gift sets. There's a lot to be arrested by with the eyes and with the senses. But our intention, at least my intention, is to spend as little as possible, but get the best bang for my buck. To get maybe 5 products for the price of 3. To feel like the value that I'm getting from this purchase is not only to save myself a little bit of money, but after the purchase, I'm gonna be beautiful. Well, let me tell you something. You are beautiful. You are beautiful before the purchase and you're beautiful after the purchase. These items, they might help enhance the beauty you're already given from the day you were born. I know this is gonna get like woo-woo, but seriously, take a look at what the items represent to you. Are they going to change your life? You're trading not only your time, space in your house, but there's a true cost, which I'll get to in the next few tips here. So just remember, with my tip number 1, intentionality is key because my intentions are actually diametrically opposed to Sephora's. They want me to spend as much money as possible and they have all the marketing money and research and development and all these beautiful tools to get me to purchase something where actually it's just me and my own brain to remove myself from all of that jazz and glamour. So it's kind of a losing game. It's like you're in a casino, the house always wins. Tip number 2 is to remove the word panic from the word buying. So panic buying is a thing of the past after this video, right? I would love for you to turn off your computer, turn off your phone after this video, take away all of those distractions and actually go sit with your stuff. You don't have to go so far as to talk to your stuff unless you want to, but really take a look and appreciate every single item you have. Take a look at each item. See if you can imagine what it took for each item to get to you today. How much research, development, how many hands it's passed through to get to you, how much shipping, formulations, you actually going and walking into a mall, picking it up, picking it out, making those choices. Like there's so many steps that are invisible behind this one item that we tend to forget about. And it's nice to remember that everything has come to us with such convenience when we actually weigh what has come before it and its life before it has met us. It gives it a different gravitas, right? It gives us a different sense that, wow, actually this thing is really precious because it's taken up so many of our precious resources, let alone your own precious resources of time and money. So again, this is a little bit kooky, but really get comfy. I want you to get as far away from panic mode as you can. Literally put on your comfiest sweater, literally put on a little mood lighting, light a candle, sit with your stuff, and just take away the distractions, put on some smooth jazz, whatever you need to get into that mood. You're already 10 steps ahead because you're no longer having a physical, emotional response that basically tells you you have to make a snap decision, and usually that decision lands on purchase now. Take that away from the equation, step away from the computer, and put on those leggings. Tip number 3 would be check the dates. Look at when the sale actually begins and when it ends. And I want you to choose one day, one time slot, be it a half hour, 15 minutes, hour, whatever you need. Block that off on your calendar. Actually schedule in when you're going to shop the sale. This keeps you from always checking back, oh my gosh, is the sale ending? How many more days? Oh no, I should just wait, and you put it off, and then at the end, you're probably panic buying again. If you shop the sale early, you probably will be able to check out without things selling out too fast, and you'll actually take space out of your brain knowing that you have it slot it in and you're gonna do it. Super easy, but really efficient. The rest of my tips do require a pen and paper. I would love for you to grab your notebook and make a list. You'll need 6 columns for this list. And my next tip will actually just use the first 2 columns. So in the first column, I want you to, not looking at your cart, write down all the items in your cart right now. If you forget an item, it probably means that you didn't want it that badly to begin with. So list them by name. You can arrange them however you want, but that's not really critical. In the next column, I want you to write down the price that you think that item is. Maybe you only have 1 or 2 items and maybe they're restocks and you know exactly how much they are. Kudos to you. I probably wouldn't get all of them right, and if you can't remember any of them, just have a guess. What struck me about doing this myself is that I was surprised at how many items I really didn't know how much they would cost. It meant that I was willing to spend basically any amount on this item. This step I call the reckoning. It's basically actually coming to terms with all of the items that you are going to invite to your home. Once you have those 2 columns set up, give yourself a little pat on the back. We'll move into the following step, which I call true cost. So in your 3rd column, I do want you to actually look up the actual price of every item that was in your cart. Jot that down. Feel free to compare it to your guessed price. In the next column, I want you to put down the heading of savings. So if you are a VIB Rouge and you are looking to save about 20%, I want you to calculate how much it would save you if you were to shop this event. So 20% of that blush, 20% of that Patrick Ta lip gloss, what have you. Write that down in the next column and look at all the wonderful savings that you would potentially have saved. The caveat here, of course, is that you were to save $2 on that item, but you would actually be spending $8. So whilst you're saving a little bit, you're actually not saving that much. In the next column over, I want you to write true cost. And this is kind of the doomsday column because you could look at true costs as both the cost that it would take to produce this item and get it to you, all of the precious resources and time that it took to get this item in your hands. Once Sephora ships it out, it's no longer Sephora's problem. It is now your problem. You'd have to figure out recycling, you'd have to pan that product, and it would probably take years and years. Your efforts to recycle the packaging responsibly, to store it, dust it, manage it, move it, travel with it, all those things can go under this true cost column. And let's take this one final step further, and in your 6th and final column, write down a dollar amount you would ascribe to the true cost column. So if you were to have in your true cost column for one item, recycle this packaging and dust it, let's say. Let's put dust it at $5 every year. And let's put $2 to recycle its packaging. Is that more than the amount that you'd be saving in that savings column? Probably yes. Time is money. And if you're actually saving $2, but you're spending triple that amount, maybe it's just not worth it. So this exercise is not meant to talk you out of every item that you're about to buy. This is supposed to be a fun shopping experience. Truly fun, because we are in a unique place to be able to decide whether or not we want to afford these things. We're likely affluent enough to want to shop for non-essential items, and that is something to be celebrated, to take very seriously as like a responsibility. We are meant to use our dollars to not only vote for things we believe in, but to create enjoyment for ourselves through a purchase. I think there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but once we do get into a mode that's created for us by marketers, the purity of that experience is definitely in question. It's nice to really have a reckoning with what it actually means to buy something. And of course, the printer. It's nice to be in denial, to not take such a hard look at some of these realities. I'm not trying to discourage you from shopping the sale. I know I will be shopping the sale. I just want to help you have a few more tools in your tool belt to figure out your true intentions, to make sure they're kind of your intentions instead of someone else's, namely Sephora's or an influencer's or something else beyond your own personal true needs. And this leads me to my very final step, and this is my absolute favorite step. If you're worried about something selling out, the panic mentality usually comes from a sense of urgency. This is what I would say, and this is my, I guess my sixth tip is an open letter. It's an open letter to all those people who purchased that item to help it sell out. So I would say, dear person, thank you so much for buying that thing. Thank you so much for buying multitudes of that thing. Maybe it's a blush that I wanted so badly and I've been dreaming about it for months. Thank you so much, because you have given me the chance to have another opportunity when this thing comes into stock again to look at my stuff, to commune with my stuff, and to ask myself again, do I really need this thing? Hopefully you'll review this on YouTube, maybe on Reddit, and I'll be able to read or see that review and make an even more informed, educated decision on whether or not I actually need that thing. And person, by the way, I will be putting that amount of money right now that I was willing to spend into my savings. When the time comes that it's back into stock, I'll be able to have that money right there, ready to go. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the blush. That's what I would write to the people who also really enjoyed the same things that I did, the kindred spirits out there who also are just as beauty obsessed as I am. I think it's nice to always feel good about our experiences in this world, and usually that means leading with love and not frustration. For some reason, if I miss out on a sale or something goes out of stock, I feel bad. I feel like I wasn't quick enough, or I feel like I wasn't discerning enough, and that's never a good feeling, and it's not your fault, right? It's totally arbitrary who's buying what at what time, you know? So if you can forgive yourself, and if you can put that money actually in savings now, it's there for you. Most of the time, these things will come back into stock within the next few months. You're not really missing out on too much. And again, you have the opportunity to say, actually, no, I don't really need it after a few months. That urgency is totally dissipated. I'm glad that I still have that $10 in my bank account. Truly saved $10 instead of saved 10 and spent 100. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I wanted to put this out there because yes, sales are nice and I do partake in them, but it's always at someone else's timeline. Save my cart, save my cart, save my cart until they have a sale, and then boom, I drop in and I leave unscathed. If I'm spending months and months to carefully curate a basket dictated by people that I don't even know, I mean, is that trade-off worth it? I'm already questioning it. Tell me down in the comments below what you're looking to buy this season. If you have any tips to share with the rest of the viewers here, how you like to go about sale shopping, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you again for watching to the end if you've made it this far. I hope you're having a wonderful and safe morning, noon, night, wherever you are. I'm recording out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm staying really safe and staying indoors, still sheltering in place. I know the election is coming up as well, so I really hope that you're taking care of yourself during this tumultuous time. It's easy to fall trapped to all the distractions that are out there for us, for shopping to appease our pain, our anxiety. And I just want you to know that you are beautiful and strong, however you are, wherever you are on your journey to becoming the best version of yourself. I know it isn't easy, but I'm here and I'm listening. So let's talk, let's chat, let's connect. I'm on Instagram at slowgaze, and I will see you on my next video. Adios.
Please handle this side up. You got me upside down. Should only feel this much.